Hi, this is Dirt Farmer Maggie from dirtfarmerj.com. It's mid-July in the Mountain West, and our garden is in full production. And it's so much fun to take things out of the garden and make a delicious lunch, which is what I'm going to do today for Dirt Farmer J and I. This is one of our favorites, and it's Margarita pizza. So let me just show you how to do it. It's really quick, it's really easy, and I think you're going to love it. It's delicious. So the first thing I'm going to do is spray my pan with a little bit of spray olive oil so that the crust won't stick to the pan. Now, for those of you who have watched my other videos, you'll know that when it comes to crust, I cheat. I don't make my own crust because I can't make it as good. So here's what I'm going to use here is just from Walmart. It's the regular great value pizza crust, very cheap to buy. I think it's $1.90 or something like that. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And so I'm just going to get the end open there and roll it out. This dough is really easy to work with. It's very pliable. And I'm just going to start spreading it all out in the pan. If you kind of open your fingers as you spread it like that, it'll help. And you can sort of see where it's thick and where it's thin. Take it from the middle, push it out. Okay, so we just about have it all spread out there, and what I really like about this crust is that it's not very thick. So you're not eating a lot of crust on your pizza. You're really tasting the good ingredients on the pizza. Now, you can use this crust to make any kind of pizza, but what we're going to do today is margarita. So the first thing I'm going to do is drizzle a little bit of olive oil all over the crust. Just gives it a nice flavor and moistens the crust a little bit. Sometimes crusts can be dry after they've baked. And then I'm just going to use my little brush here and just spread it around. Next thing I'm going to do is sprinkle the whole crust with just regular garlic powder. Just going to give it a shake. Shake it all over the crust. You can put more or less depending on how fond you are of garlic taste. Then I've got some dried basil from our garden last year. I'm kind of flavoring the crust now is what I'm doing. So I'm just going to put some of that on. Next I've got a little bit of dried oregano. Okay, so now we have the crust pretty much flavored. Next thing I'm going to do is cheese. Put cheese towards the bottom. Then we're going to add our onion. This is from our garden, and you can see that I've sliced it really thin. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of onion on. The next thing is to add tomatoes. Now I've got a sliced Roma tomato here. You can see that the slices are fairly thin. And then I have a lemon tomato, which doesn't taste like lemon, but it's very pretty. It's going to add some pretty color. So I'm going to put slices of tomato all over this pizza. And you can make a pretty little design with it if you want, and intersperse the yellow with the red. That looks pretty, doesn't it? I think your food should look pretty as well as tasting good. And the last thing is basil. I just picked this morning from our garden, and here's a trick about how to store basil. You see I've cut off the stems and I'm just sticking it down into lukewarm water, just tap water. This basil will sit on my shelf by my kitchen sink for up to 2 weeks and never even wilt. So this is how you need to store your basil. I know when you buy basil at the grocery store, it comes all shriveled up in a package. Fresh basil, you just can't be beat. I'm going to take one of these out here and just put leaves on the basil. pizza. Okay, so there we have it. We're all ready to put it in the oven. I've got my oven preheated to 425. I'm going to put it on the middle rack of the oven, and in about 10 minutes is all. We're going to have this pizza, and I'll show it to you when it's finished. We're back, and here is the result of our Margarita pizza. Doesn't that look great? This is a very versatile recipe, so if you wanted to add some protein, you can certainly put on some thin slices of bacon. I like to put turkey bacon. I just cut it up very small and put it on there just to get a little protein. You can certainly use the same crust for a sauce pizza with pepperoni and cheese, whatever you'd like, but this is just a great fast meal, and it's a good way to use up your good garden grown produce from your own garden. So I'm going to give it a cut up here, and we're going to get ready to eat. I hope you liked this video. If you did, would you like it? And better yet, we'd love it if you subscribe to our channel. Even more than that, I would love to hear from you about what your results were when you tried the Margarita pizza, and maybe some variations that you came up with of what to put on your pizza. So until next time, this is Dirt Farmer Maggie from dirtfarmerj.com.